Welcome to the Work Rate Movement YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Echuka. I am the founder of the Work Rate Movement. Today I'm here with a good friend, Rebecca Abiona from Essex. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Well, Rebecca has just come back from an amazing trip in Dubai, which we'll get into. She is also the twin sister of Dave Creates, who, if you're part of the Work Rate Movement, you will know exactly who that is. So welcome again, Rebecca.
Thanks for having me, Daniel. Pleasure to be here.
Great. So let's start off with an introduction. Please introduce yourself to our viewers with an interesting fact about yourself.
Cool. So as you know, my name is Rebecca. I'm 24, born in London, raised in Essex, moved here when I was 4. Generally just enjoying life. Interesting fact, I'm a lawyer, and as you know, I'm a twin, and I'm also one of 4 siblings. Yeah.
Great. So, as a child, what were your interests?
So growing up, my interests were actually kind of fashion and media based. I also kind of did like sociology, so I studied that as well. And then my interest in law, I guess that came a bit later when I actually studied it at GCSE. But yeah, those were my main interests: business, fashion, and media to begin with.
Right. So how was your school experience? What lessons have you learned from them?
Oh, so yeah, my school experience was really good. Like I generally enjoyed it. I think even secondary school, I really enjoyed a lot more. But just being able to meet new people from different backgrounds and things like that, that really encouraged me to kind of venture out into the world and kind of see other cultures and things. But I think the main thing that I learned from school is that school can't teach you everything. I feel like there were just so many things that I wanted to learn that I just wasn't able to learn in school. Like maybe they didn't have the right teachers to teach that kind of thing. But also that there's just so much more to life that you cannot learn it all in like the 16 or 18 years that you're in school. So yeah, that's the main thing I picked up. You can't learn everything from school.
Great. So I know this is not a question that you prepared for, just a little bonus question. So going back to school, or going back to your younger days, what subjects would you have liked to have learned?
I would have honestly liked to learn a lot more about like life skills, like just general life skills. Like no one really teaches you about finances. I mean, they do like one day on finances and stuff, but that isn't enough to carry you for life. So yeah, finances, maybe like home building and like home buying and things like that. That's just something that everybody comes to at a stage in life. Like everyone wants to buy a house, just move out on their own and things like that. That would have been so key in maybe just teaching us strategies and how to save and like what we can do to kind of get more information and a better understanding of like the housing market and things like that. So yeah, those are very 2 big life skills that I think would have been such an important factor of growing up in the school system. So
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was a class clown, so I think every single subject I was just there to have fun. Maybe apart from maths, I was serious in, but everything else, I was just mucking around. So,
oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. So, what sparked your desire to go down the solicitor route then?
So yeah, I would say it was definitely the subjects that I learned in school. So first of all, I actually wasn't interested in law like growing up and things like that. It just wasn't really something I considered. Like for me, at one point, I wanted to be a firefighter. I don't even know where that came from, but that was literally what I wanted to do at one point. And then I also considered journalism, like when I was going to uni and things like that. But then my interest in law came from, like I said before, studying it at GCSE level. So my school offered it, so I thought, okay, that looks interesting. Like let me do that. So I did that with fashion and media as well. And then I also did sociology, and that kind of gave me like an idea of like society and things like that. So that was where an interest in like family law initially came from, those 2 subjects mixed together. But then I also had an interest in business. So then as I grew in my understanding of law, I kind of decided that actually I want to go down that the business law kind of side. So that was where that company law, that's where my interest was a lot more than family law when I actually got into it. But yeah, I would say it was like encouragement from family as well. Like people like saying, oh, you know, you're good at arguing, like why don't you do law kind of thing. And then also discouragement from a teacher who was actually my media teacher. He was explaining to us how like he did media and basically like maybe doing something else apart from media would have been a good idea because I think he was coming from the angle of media being a hobby and then something that you could pick up as a skill. So yeah, I thought, okay, well, I've got the opportunity to do something else other than media. Like media is something I can do in my spare time, like as a hobby, and I love doing that, anything creative. So that's why I decided not to do media at at uni, but instead do law. So yeah, when I actually came to the decision, it was between law and journalism, but then I decided I didn't want to be writing essays every day. So let me just do law. Yeah, that was
Right.
literally where the decision came
So what university did you attend?
from. University of Birmingham, and then also
Okay.
after that, 1 year training at University of Law in Manchester.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great. I remember the first time I met you, we were at an event, and
Yeah.
David was sitting behind me. So I remember he tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, "Oh, David!" And I thought it was with the friends. I was like, "Oh, hi." I didn't know you at the time. And
Yeah.
David was like, "Yeah, that's my twin." And just the shock, I was like, "You have
Literally,
a
that's
twin?"
everyone's reaction.
It was like, wow, like, you
Yeah.
kept that quiet, So yeah, I'll never expect, I mean, twins, when you see, you're by yourself, do people expect,
Yeah.
do you look like a twin? Have they
No,
said?
people don't clock. And I guess it's not really, in my mind, it's not really a conversation. It's not like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm a twin. Like, it doesn't really come up unless
Right,
kind of talk
right,
about that kind of thing. So, like, how many
yeah,
siblings do you have? Oh, yeah, like four. And like, I've got twins, same age. Like, it comes up in that kind of instance. But generally, like, no, I don't really bring it up because, yeah, I don't know why. Maybe I
right.
should stop shocking people. Let them know I'm a twin now.
Great, great, great. So how did the opportunity to work in Dubai arise?
Oh, so that was literally through work. So as a lawyer, I had to train for 2 years,
Yeah,
doing what we call a training contract. And in my firm, we were a very big international law firm. So we had the opportunity to do 6 months in the other locations in international countries. So literally, I applied for that, and then I was successful the second time round to go and work in Dubai. So that's actually where I got that opportunity from, just to work in one of our offices. And yeah, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
great, great, great. And how was that solo experience for you? So you were there for, was it a year or two? How
six
long were you there for?
months. Six
6 months.
months. Yeah, yeah. That
So how
was
was
so
that
good.
experience? Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So I think definitely just getting to experience a completely new culture, for me, that was just great. And like, I love learning about new cultures anyway. So yeah, that was really good. And then being on my own, I really enjoyed it as well. I love being home, like, family, there's a lot of us at home. I enjoy it. It's fun. I love the noise. But then I also enjoyed the opportunity to just grow. So for me, I just find that when I'm on my own, like, I just have that growth. And yeah, just exploring new things, trying out new activities. Like, I went scuba diving, no, sorry, snorkeling with like sharks and stingrays swimming past. I was like, wow. So
Snorkeling.
those kind of, yeah, snorkeling, those kind of experiences, like, I really enjoy just doing that on my own and just having the opportunity to do that I might not have
Yeah.
had here in the UK. So yeah, just things like that is just fun, just growth, new foods, new places to see, new activities.
Right.
Yeah, it was really good.
So I'm having a West African moment, if you understand what I mean. Did you just say stingray, fish, and shark?
Yeah, like sharks. They're not the ones that bite though, because I think they cut off their stingers. But still, yeah, these are like big sharks. I was there praying like, God, don't allow this to come near me, please. But yeah, it was it was a good experience for the first time. So yeah.
Oh wow, we thank God for protection.
Amen.
So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to do what you're doing now, especially moving over to Dubai and working over there?
Yeah, I'd say number one, look out for those opportunities. So,
Mm.
if you're not already working for, like, if you wanted to do law or any other subject, and maybe your company has the opportunity to go abroad, I would say, yeah, definitely go for it, because it's such a great experience to just experience, like I said before, just experience new things. I definitely say have an open mind. So there are going to be like new experiences you come across, new things you've never seen before. But yeah, have an open mind. Just knowing that, like, there's so much more to life than how you view life and how you see life now. So yeah, keep an open mind. Also, in terms of like location, I would say choose somewhere that maybe you can have an experience that is different to what you're used to. So I would say Dubai was different because I guess different culture, different different culture, different people. So it was somewhere different, unlike Europe where we've been, which is good places as well, but it was just something completely different, like the way of life there. I'd also say accommodation, get that sorted. Thankfully, my firm already sorted that accommodation for me, so that was all good. But yeah, get that sorted before you go. Decide how long you want to be there for. Is it like short term for a few months or a few years? That will just maybe determine like where you want to go in terms of maybe if you want to get back to your home country to visit family and stuff more easily than other places. Yeah, that's another thing as well. And then I would also say language is a good thing. So maybe having a second language is good. I personally didn't know Arabic, but that was fine because commercially they speak English a lot of the time, but which was good for me. But then also I'd say having a second language in any country that you go to is just going to be very, very useful. So yeah, those are kind of a few things I would say. And then also I would say just consider if you're moving there, consider going maybe a week early or a few weeks early or a few days early, just so you can kind of get an idea of what the environment is like. You can explore, you get to know where the food places are, shopping, like food shopping places, and just to know your way around before you actually start work. So yeah, that's what I would say for just a few pieces of advice if you want to move country.
Great, great, great. Just to ask a further question about the advice you gave. So you are half Sierra Leone, half Nigerian, right?
Yes, correct.
So was it, talking about food now, was it easily accessible to get your
Mm,
typical West African
well,
foods?
at the start, no. Yeah, no, not at the start because obviously I didn't know where the places were. But
Mm.
I Googled it and I found like an African market. So I went
Oh,
there and they didn't have loads, to be honest. Like they didn't have my cassava leaf, they didn't have like my potato leaf, but they had yam and they had gari, which was fine. So I just bought that.
the
They had
essentials.
Yeah, the essentials. They had okra, so I bought my okra and stuff, my peppers, but they didn't have like they did actually have quite a few things that I was surprised, but they didn't have everything. But then again, I have been told that obviously because of lockdown, I wasn't able to explore the area, but I have been told there's like a whole Nigerian kind of section there in Dubai that I needed to find, and they have everything. But unfortunately, I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, if not for lockdown,
Wow.
I've been able to source them out, but it's cool. I managed.
Hey, that's it. That's it. That's it. So, what's your favorite cuisine you had in Dubai?
I would say the Lebanese food. Like I loved their food, especially hummus. Like it's different. Over there it's different. Like
Right.
here, the shop one, it's okay. But there it's just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like literally generally Emirati cuisine is just really, really nice. Yeah, but I'd say Lebanese in particular was my favorite. Yeah.
Great. 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 So, what's next for Rebecca?
So for me, now that I've qualified and I've finished, I'm looking to kind of specialize in media slash music and entertainment law. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
literally on the hunt for like a job that I can go into doing that, but on the side, just doing little things here and there. Things coming soon, so look out for that. But yeah, that's what I hope to do, specialize in like music, media, and entertainment law.
I wish I was your brother. Your brother is blessed. No,
Nice.
no trouble is coming near him. He will be protected. Oh, so
Uh,
thank you so much for your time. Thank you for
Thank
agreeing
you
to
for
do
having
this.
me.
If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day, evening, or whatever time you're watching this.
Thank you. Bye.
Cool, cool.
Yay.